drawing some parallels between Micere Mugo and a famous artist, Paul Robeson, from the U.S., an American, African American. And I know he's not well known here, but since I know a lot of you are on your smartphones, go to Google and start. And there is a biography of Paul Robeson, actually entitled The Artist and the Revolutionary. I had not heard of Paul Robeson until 2015, and one of my colleagues gifted me a biography, the one that is titled The Artist and the Revolution. And I thought this evening I will reflect on some parallels between Paul and Micere as two artists who are revolutionaries. Paul was an African-American lawyer, footballer, poet, singer, actor, and a speaker of 20 languages, including some African dialects. Some of the songs are also, you can search them, great songs. So, Paul sang for the workers, acted in bourgeois theaters after using his ideology and politics in choosing the characters he wanted to play. He traveled to Russia and other places in pursuit of global solidarity. At home, he was always about revolutionary transformation. He got into trouble with the American government during the period of Cold War. He was one of the people to face Senator McCarthy, whose vision was to terminate what they called the virus of communism in America, and those who are perceived as communists. Paul is also known for petitioning the UN on the issue of US government's criminal part in genocide and slavery, and he sought reparations. When the American government turned its guns on him, they withdrew his passport, the source of his livelihood. Paul had made his living by traveling abroad to give speeches and sing to workers. He learned the 20 languages for his revolutionary work in ensuring that he sang his songs in a language his audiences understood. He had enough earnings to enjoy capitalist goods. And I believe, like most of us, he didn't object to capitalist goods because they are good. I believe, as most of us, he disagreed with the distribution and the exploitation involved in the processes. And with his passports withdrawn, he could not travel to places to earn a living and mobilize anymore. And he died poor in 1976. Micere, as we all know now, and those of you who were in the main event yesterday heard this, she was a poet, author, actress. I remember seeing her act in the trial of Dedan Kimathi. She was a professor, a brilliant orator and teacher who spoke Kikuyu, Shona, Zulu, Kiswahili, English, and had functional knowledge of some other European languages. We were told yesterday that she was outstanding in sports. And we also know that she traveled in many places in the world and demystified the word home, leaving us behind talking about Kishagi and Home Square. The story about her teaching prisoners and identifying their identifying their geniuses is amazing in a world that derides self-education and reflection. Indeed, I've always admired self-educated activists and revolutionaries. The great examples that I'm familiar with include Mao Zedong, Kimathi himself, and Malcolm X. And among our comrades that I know, the Micere Book Club, Compulsory Library, Water Rodney Study Group, and in our embryonic political parties themselves, we have many examples. Self-education rescues the limitations of bourgeois education and is a hallmark of critical thinkers. And Micere, the great teacher that she was alive to this fact. The issue of withdrawal passports and ultimately denying people the right to life and livelihood is born of fascist and imperialist states. What are called seditious ideas are actually ideas that are counter-hegemonic to the ideas of the ruling classes. Micere and Paul Robeson's revolutionary ideas were counter-hegemonic. What I remember about Micere's passport is that it expired when she was in Zimbabwe. She gave it to a diplomat in our embassy in Zimbabwe, who was a mentee and a colleague at the University of Nairobi. And this was for renewal, but she never got it back. She became stateless and she could not travel. She had 2 offers for citizenship from Ghana and Zimbabwe. Since she was working in Zimbabwe, this was indeed the first option. I believe Mumi can clarify these facts for us. Robeson stayed in America fearing he may not be allowed back. Micere left Kenya for fear of torture that she had experienced and the fear for her life and the lives of her children. Being out of the country also was protection of the extended family who could have faced constant. And let's not forget either Linda lost her job at the senior high where she taught geography on account of being married to what was correctly the enemy of the state. So those who said that she didn't know that they were glorified their history. Both Micere and Paul never ceased their resistance, activism, and revolutionary work. They both used their experienced talent skills to mobilize and organize the working classes and the marginalized communities with very clear, lucid revolutionary thought. We have many Pauls and Miceres in our revolutionary transformation work.